So if anything, I think if anything would indicate to you guys the degree to which my Aunt Marion views me as total fucking shit in this life, it would be that she couldn't even have the courtesy to overnight me the paperwork, the court paperwork that I still don't have, by the way, in my hands. Didn't even get the mail for days, and there was no court paperwork. Meanwhile, when I had called up the postman wondering what the fuck's going on here, that's how I got my indication. And he was like, well, your aunt showed paperwork. As you see, she signed it. And she says it's coming to you tomorrow or something like that. He said nothing. She couldn't even have the courtesy because she's giddy with power. You know what I mean? The court's going to send me the paperwork whenever it feels like it, apparently, because I still don't have it. And it was on the 8th that I'm sure the second auntie got approved for the guardianship conservatorship. She ran over immediately and got the, went to the banks and changed the address of the post office. But you know what I mean? My friends down the street, that's where they were going to drive me over there, and then we changed our mind. We're like, no, she could just call the police. We don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But it's like, she does this all behind my back and can't have the courtesy to overnight me the paperwork. So I would have the paperwork. Unfucking-believable. Unbelievable. By the way, I make no apologies for trying to keep my mom healthy. In the end, I was making the kind of meals she always wanted to do organic, by the way, okay? I wasn't forcing her to do organic. She wanted to do organic, period. She wanted to do organic, okay? Auntie even told me that time when my mom went straight to Auntie's from that mental hospital that violated my mom's HIPAA rights and whatnot, and was the catalyst to that 7-month thing where the elder services went after us, whatnot. Like I said, after Auntie, that my mom had actually called elder services on Auntie. My mom had gotten a restraining order by the cops, not a court one, but you know what I mean, against Auntie and whatnot. So she had brought them into our lives. And then my cousin wasn't, of course, helping, having me continue calling them and actually reading verbatim to them what my cousin told me to say and sharing that letter with them because thinking they were on our side. My cousin kept calling them, bothering them. They need to do their job and get rid of Auntie, stop her from visiting so-and-so and the husband. The whole point that my mom so adamantly went after Auntie a couple of years ago, okay, proves that my mom goes back and forth, okay? And when I say, my mom is the one running the show, think about it. My mom cannot handle the least bit of stress. So Auntie can sit there and say, oh, well, you're the cause of all your mom's breakdowns, but meanwhile, several months ago, you don't cause your mom's breakdowns any more than I ever did, Laura. So it's a bunch of hooey. My cousin came. That was extremely stressful for my mom, okay? And my cousin treated me like shit. And I bit my tongue and bit my tongue. Selena was like, I would have thrown her out that very first night. I can't do that. It's my mom's home. But what I have a right to do that my mom can't even handle is explain to my mom that, I'm not trying to stop you from associating with her or whatnot. She didn't do anything to you, but she's treating me badly, so you can't expect me to just continuously kiss her ass. I'm not saying goodbye to her, My mom couldn't handle that. Why don't you like her, Laura? See, I can't win. You understand? I'm nothing. That's the title of this video, I never ever matter in this life. Ever. Never do I matter. Never have. And, I've never mattered. I never matter. Because I'm not even allowed. Remember years ago when my family completely fucked me over but I moved in with my mom and whatnot, and my mom became like, why can't you just get along with the family? You know what I mean? I can't win because she can't grasp it. Auntie says, no. If anything has caused her breakdown, it's just the whole dynamics. That's why Joe says, you know, your aunt would be happy if you're just out of the way. The whole dynamics of the conflict between me and Auntie and the family and whatnot, etc., etc., etc. Just the whole dynamics of that. And my cousin came here because she didn't want to pay for hotel, but she probably wasn't liking me because of, she knew how going, you know, her sister and whatever. Her sister played the biggest part of it, but that doesn't matter. That's probably why she was so cold to me and so nice in 2013 when my aunt died. But I didn't know. I'm like, oh, she's coming. We can have a repeat of 2013. She was just a bitch towards me from the moment she got here. Not outright, but very subtly, yes. And in the end, an outright bitch, yes. Selena's like, my God, I would have thrown her out the minute. And she didn't have the courtesy. Remember, she showed up an hour and a half early. She was coming in at night, didn't even bother to call nothing. You know, I wasn't even home at the time. I was walking to the store, and I still had things to clean up here. You know, she was with a friend, so why would I have ever thought she and her son would show up here an hour and a half early? Selena thought that was rude as hell, but I set that aside or whatnot. And I bit my tongue all weekend, and then the way she treated me, I told you guys, that Saturday night, when I'm trying desperately, and she had me clawing at my skin because she won't let me explain. She can't grasp the concept that if my mom thinks she is on too much medication, she can't just take it upon herself to lower it on her own. I will get in trouble. And my cousin was acting like I'm just forcing my mom to take more medication. Because she had said, well, if you're unhappy, if you're over-medicated, cut the pills in half. And I'm like, I guess this was Saturday afternoon, whenever, yeah, it was Saturday, and then I'm like, she can't do that, I'll get in trouble, and that looks like I'm being a friggin' selfish bitch or something. Why not just let my mom cut her pills in half? Why not? And then, when my mom had gone to bed, Saturday night, I said, can I talk to you for a second? She's like, what? And she wouldn't let me explain. She was like, I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, but I just want to tell you because you're misinformed. I said I don't want to hear it. Fucking bitch. She was completely misinformed, acting like I'm an ogre because my mom can't just cut her pills in half because she feels she's taken too, you know what I mean? And my cousin treated me that badly. And I had to stress my mother out by telling her, you know, she treated me really badly, Mom. I'm not going to have anything to do with her the rest of the time she's here. I'm not saying goodbye to her, you know? As I said, it don't matter. My mom can't handle the least amount of stress. I'm sorry, I draw the line at allowing my family to treat me like shit. It's because if I don't, it'll upset my very fragile mom, you know? I mean, come on. I ran everything by both Selena and Karen, and they 100% believed my cousin treated me like shit. That I wasn't overreacting, and I actually allowed it. Just like I allowed Auntie to get her little digs in, you know, our pseudo-friendship and whatnot. I allowed her to get her digs in, and I bit my tongue and bit my tongue. And the moment I don't kiss her ass, the moment I don't bite my tongue, all hell breaks loose, and out the window goes her little, we need to get along for the sake of your mom. You know, such bullshit. Such bullshit, people. It's such bullshit. It's such bullshit. You guys understand? I know because I used to talk to her. In these hospitals, at least the ones before, she was at least drinking coffee. You have to understand, I don't work, so I spend a lot of times here with her. If she doesn't want to drink anything unless she's thirsty, at her age, she's dehydrating herself. But you know what? Now that Auntie's in control, Auntie's not going to care what my mom drinks. Because once someone like my mom, who's on all those meds and gets that age, you know, people are basically just writing them off. They'll be dead soon, or they'll be whatever. I'm sure in the nursing homes they don't make them sure they drink enough either, as long as it's not deadly for them. But I was trying desperately to keep my mom healthy, to combat those fucking psych meds. And I didn't give one flying fuck what she ate. I just wanted her to drink enough fluids, and I couldn't get her to do it. She doesn't want to pee. I'm not thirsty, and I know how much she's drunk because I'm here. You know what I mean? So in the end, all my caring, all my advocating, all my trying my best to at least keep her somewhat healthy, at least get her to drink enough fluid so she's not dehydrating herself every fucking day. And is that going to kill her? Probably not. But I was trying to combat those fucking toxins. She's on a lot of psych meds of high amounts. So I'm not going to apologize for that ever. In the end, it amounted to total fucking shit. But I won't apologize for trying. And that's what Joe used to say to me. All you can do is try, Laura. You can try. So I tried, and in the end, it amounted to total fucking shit. But I won't apologize for trying. I won't. I was desperately trying to help her, you know. She just had given up she keeps winding up. She's given up. She wasn't like that before, you know. She could have eaten whatever she wanted to eat. I'm just not going to prepare it. I was preparing the organic meals, but she loved my meals I made anyway. But I used to get her to drink enough water, actual water. In the end, we're not even talking water. Just drink anything. Have some coffee. Just don't go all day with just one glass of water. And yes, she would do that. I know she was dehydrating herself. By the time you're thirsty, you're dehydrating yourself. She wouldn't drink enough during the day. She'd wake up thirsty in the middle of the night. It was pulling teeth. It was constant. She'd suck on those fucking Tootsie Roll Pops because they would, you know, wet her mouth so she wouldn't have to drink and pee, you know? Like we all have to do. It's more important than ever for somebody her age and on the amount of fucking psych meds. You have to remember, she's on like 5 different kinds at once every fucking day. And I couldn't get her to drink enough fluids. So if you want to call that verbal abuse, when I'm like, Mom, you gotta drink water, please, you haven't drank, and you know, then go ahead. Go ahead, I can get away with it. Because I know that I was not verbally abusing her. Okay? I'm signed as her caregiver, yet not allowed to tell her a goddamn thing. And that was her daughter who cared. I'm sure, because my common sense tells me I'm hardly the first person in the universe who was trying to, you know, to make their elderly parent healthier or whatnot, you know. My biggest thing was just the fucking fluids. I'm not thirsty. She can't grasp the concept. You know, like I said, it was all for nothing. It all amounted to total shit. I guarantee you Auntie's not going to give one flying fuck. She's not going to be making sure my mom drinks enough. She isn't. Any more than they would in a nursing home. They're not going to make sure she drinks enough. They're just not. I won't apologize for doing it. MSN article even said, if you're living with an elder, if you know, I didn't even know this, that you lose your sense of thirst at her age. You cannot wait until you're thirsty to drink. If you do that, you are dehydrating yourself constantly. My mom was dehydrating herself on a regular basis, and I'm sure she will continue to do so. Because no one's going to monitor what she drinks. You know what I mean? I did because I cared so much, but no one else is gonna. She can say, oh, did you drink enough today, Samantha? Yeah, I did. And that's it. They're going to accept that and whatever. She's going to dehydrate herself every fucking day because she doesn't want to pee. And yes, I repeatedly witnessed it because a lot of times I was here, so I know. I know she wasn't drinking hardly anything. And then I know she was waking up, she'd wake up in the middle of the night thirsty. Which by the time you're thirsty, you're dehydrated. So it was like I was pulling out my hair constantly over that. I won't apologize for trying to protect both dogs either. Remember, one of the things she said to her primary care physician when we met him, she's pissed off. She said it to that old coworker from 8 years ago, among other things. Remember, I was sound asleep with my earplugs, and I woke up with my heart pounding. I must have been hearing it in my sleep. And who the fuck is she talking to at 7 in the morning? And her big thing was, she won't let me walk over anymore. Yeah. This was when she was extremely over-medicated, people. She was falling. That was another thing. When my cousin was here and they were going to that family cookout, they weren't going till like 1 in the afternoon. My mom has been falling, dizzy. It turned out she has pneumonia. You know what I mean? It turned out that she had pneumonia and she's dizzy and falling, and she decides to take a fucking shower early in the morning before she's even eaten anything. And I told you what happened. I heard a thud. There was no reason for her to take it that early. You understand, they had hours before the family cookout. So yeah, this was a build-up to when she wound up having that next breakdown, but I'm just saying, there was a whole stress. The cousin and her son were there the whole weekend, but I had to, it's just like Joe says, if a kid is going to be touching a hot fire, you've got to, and they don't understand, you've got to really make them understand. Mom, she fell so hard into our thing. She stumbled out of bed in the morning, early in the morning. The family cookout wasn't until 1. They weren't leaving until 12:30. Auntie lives down the street. And I heard oh, fuck, not again. And she had fallen into the closet doors in the bathroom, like I told you guys, hard enough to break them. I wound up later hiring somebody to fix them, but they were off the hinges. Okay? So yeah, I scolded her. I was like, Mom, why are you taking a shower this early in the morning? You're not leaving for hours. I wanted to make sure that there's hot water, whatever. Mom, please don't do that again. You hadn't eaten it. She just stumbled out of bed and went and did that, and that was what happened. It could have happened in the shower. You understand? She could have fallen in the fucking shower instead of bad enough falling hard enough against the door. You get it? She fell first and she still got in the shower. So but if I say anything to her, I mean. If under those circumstances where I'm seeing her, I stopped having her sleep with Omar, and I stopped having her walk Omar alone. I stopped even having her take him out in the morning because I witnessed more than once her pulling him along and practically slamming the door on his face. I happen to wake up and I walk out and she's pulling him and she's out and she's closing the door on him, not even giving him a chance to follow her out because she's out of it. Now under those circumstances, because I'm being mean, I'm supposed to just let her just continue walking my dog, right? I couldn't stop her from walking her own dog, mind you. It's her dog, legally. She can do whatever she wants and she can endanger her dog. Omar's legally my dog. I don't have to allow my mentally ill, dizzy, extremely over-medicated mother walk my dog. But do you know how many people she complained to about, even when we saw her primary care physician, I never met him before, she talked about it. She doesn't let me walk Omar. She complained to other people. She complained that she doesn't let me walk Omar anymore. To her, I'm just being mean. Just like if when I call 911 because I'm so scared for her, I'm being mean. No. She wouldn't even probably wouldn't be alive right now if not for me. Yet I have to know for a fact that my aunt gets to they just get to make me out to be total scum and smear my name left and right and unfucking believable. Everything that I was trying to do, I'm not going to apologize for any of it, okay? In the end, it amounted to total shit, but I won't apologize for trying. I will not, ever. And sometimes that trying amounted to my mom just thinking, whatever. I won't apologize for it. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't, just like Karen and Selena both said. Damned if I do and damned if I don't. Actually, the woman who takes care of Angel said the same goddamn thing. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Perfect example of that. We're on the fucking commuter rail. My mom has been accused. This is the day we went and saw the lawyer. My mom's been accusing me. Like if I say, remember, she's 70 years old. She's walking in unfamiliar territory, and I'm walking and watch your step, Mama. Don't worry about me. I'm not a baby. So then she goes to the bathroom on the commuter rail by herself. Okay, she's not a baby, so she goes by herself, forgets to lock the door, and comes back pissed off as all hell at me. Some guy walked in on me. Why didn't you tell me to lock the door? See, damned if I do, damned if I don't. She's not a baby. If I tell her anything, she's like, I'm not blah, 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 whatever. And then that happens. So I cannot win. You understand? I could not win. Could not win. Could not win. Couldn't win. No court papers in my hand. If that doesn't indicate to you the degree that Auntie just views me as total fucking scum in this life, then I don't know what to say to you. Okay? She went and did this all behind my back. And couldn't even have the courtesy to overnight me the court papers that I still do not have in my hand. Mama, what are you doing? If they ever do come here to get my mom's bed and clothes and whatnot, the place is spotless, like I said. Spotless. Not my room, of course, but that's because I have everything piled up in there to pack. The rest of the place is spotless. Oh, I brought my frozen clothes in. They're clean. They're just frozen. It's funny. Apparently, I just watched on the news. It's going to be bitter, bitter, bitter cold these next couple of days. Like super, super cold. Like in the 20s all day long. I think I saw on the news, it's going to be bitter cold. Bitter, bitter cold. Made some black bean noodles. Like I said, I literally have enough food. I could live on the food I have here for months and months. I just made some of those. I love those black bean noodles. They're organic, and they're just made out of black beans and water. You know what I mean? But it's so much fun, or I don't know, more enjoyable to eat them as noodles than to eat them as beans. I love these black bean noodles. Omar, what are you doing? The clothes already unfroze from the dryer for a second. Omar! Where'd you go? Omar, where are you? Oh, he's curled up. If I'm not around, he goes under the couch. Remember, he and I have been sleeping on this couch for months. For months. I mean, for weeks anyway. I don't know when I started sleeping on that couch. Oh, Steiner he knows I'm not reading his fucking comments, and he just posted 7 more. I guess he gets off just writing them even though no one's going to read them. Told you the other day there was 20. I removed them without reading them. I'm not reading them anymore. Ryan's either. Not reading them. I did read something by some new person. This, I believe, is probably one of my enemies in disguise or whatnot, and I didn't prove that either. He was saying stupid shit about my nipples or whatever. Just saying stupid shit. I didn't prove it. Read it because, you know, if somebody new comes and is derogatory, I won't know immediately, you know what I mean? I'll learn, but the first comment I have to read to know whether or not it's derogatory if it's by somebody new, or somebody who's pretending to be new anyway. Yeah, Omar was looking for him. I couldn't see him because he was under the comforter. God, I wish I was still seeing that therapist I really liked. When I was having her first baby, I was in a new marriage. Then she'd been married a couple of years, but I mean, that's not that long. And she's moving out of state back to her hubby's home state. And she knew it for a while, but of course doesn't want to lose clients till the very end, so she, you know, didn't let me know until the very end, and I couldn't tell she was pregnant, so. I can only imagine what she would be saying to me. Besides, oh, I'm so sorry, Laura, this is happening to you. So if Auntie makes this big dramatic thing, like she has done before, when she had the power of attorney, and, you know, and goes and gets a locksmith and breaks in here, even though she could technically get in touch with me, because she knows that she could always get in touch with me via the woman who takes care of Angel, who always has my phone number, but also has my email, okay? The people across the street are friends with my friends who cannot stand Auntie and see right through her bullshit, so if she winds up breaking in here or whatnot, I'll instruct them to tell the people across the street the real truth of what's happening. Because there's no need for it. Auntie can get me a heads up through someone else who's not my enemy, who, you know, and tell me that she's coming to get my mom's clothes in the bed. You know what I mean? And I can leave the keys with a neighbor, or with my mom's friend, or whatever. It doesn't have to be that she makes this big dramatic thing by getting a locksmith and breaking in here. I'm saying that because I don't have to stay here, you know what I mean? I'll be less likely to ever want to stay here. I don't know if they're just going to show up. Like I said, if she just shows up here, I am not going to remain inside this house. I am going to step outside with Omar even though it's freezing out. Don't want to even look at her. Have to stay inside here and be abused by her, potentially, verbally. As I'm not the only one who knows has repeatedly happened in the past, so. I don't even understand that whole frickin' lawsuit. Like I said, I was thrown in for good measure. Because Auntie pointed fingers at me when my cousin, whatever, my mom were pointing fingers at Auntie. The whole thing was they wanted the money. And if they had obtained guardianship over my mom, conservatorship over my mom, they were going to go after Auntie. But it doesn't even, I mean, I'm just saying from my own rational perspective, Auntie had a letter signed by my mom. I mean, even if they could say my mom's not competent now, that doesn't equate that she wasn't competent when she agreed to split whatever proceeds might come from a case that dragged on for 7-8 years before it finally amounted in a good amount of money, but could have amounted to absolutely zero diddly squat. The statute of limitations was about to run out. Okay, so none of that really made any sense. But the whole thing was that Auntie was holding on to all of the money. And my mom did not like that. Remember, I wasn't even aware of the money. My mom did not like that, hence her crying to a total stranger when she was locked up in the nut house in 2013. You know? So messed up. That's why Selena's like, the amount of dysfunction in your family is just absolutely sickening. Yeah. No one could say I didn't put all my effort into trying with Auntie, though, even after we won the case. Just remaining pseudo-friends for, for the sake of my mom. This benefits her so much more if Auntie and I get along. But in the end, I can only go so far with kissing Auntie's ass, so I can't win. Can't win. Cannot win. All of this could have easily driven me to a breakdown. Omar, nobody. People across the street or something. And I actually am in my own kind of breakdown. It's just not the kind that's gonna, land me in a mental hospital. I'm in a state of shock. All I have to do is start thinking about it. I start crying. My heart starts pounding a mile a minute if I think anybody's here. Or yesterday, oh my God, as I said, I told you, the UPS came with my Macy's underwear and rang the doorbell, and oh my God. What you barking at, Omar? Omar gets to have a little bit of those beans too. Oh, I was going to show them to you. That's right. I love these things. I don't know if it's technically better to just have a can of beans, but I love these things. The ingredients are just organic black beans and water. Organic black beans, 92% water, 8%. I don't know what they use to process them or whatnot. They're organic. So maybe it is exactly the same to have these beans in the noodle form, which I enjoy so much more than just beans in the bean form. These things. Explore Asian authentic cuisine, organic black bean spaghetti. Discovered these via Joe. He discovered them, and we had them, and I wound up loving them more than he did. He made it, had it be spaghetti with sauce and all that. I put olive oil and salt on them. Olive oil, salt, and garlic. Love these things. Grams of protein, 12. Our product of China. Often organic from China is not the degree of quality that you might like, but you know what? You can only do what you can do. Date September, I don't care. Expiration date is, they taste exactly the same. So technically it says September 21st, but of this year. So they're like 3 months past and I made them and they're fine. Fuck that shit. Expiration dates are hardly set in stone. Now when it comes to something like this, it's completely airtight sealed. Yum. What do you think on Mars? Socks. I'll show my socks. That's why that video earlier I had to put on mix match socks of my mom's just to take Gomer out in the yard. That's why you saw me in mix match socks. Pajamas on now that I've washed them. Ow. Yeah, I was all excited when my cousin was coming here. I hadn't seen her in years and we bonded, but I'd forgotten she's close to Auntie and you know what I mean? So, and after the fact, I thought about it, that was why she was being so cold towards me. Probably. Because her sister and I had gone after Auntie. I told you, can do no wrong in the eyes of my family. sick, 69 years old, and seemingly in fantastic health. Dead from a heart attack today. Just goes to show ya. Here today, gone the next. Here today, gone the next, Omar. Here today, gone the next. Yeah, just because I don't have the luxury of breaking down doesn't even remotely mean that I'm not, just hanging on by a thread. Warm, large, normal. Ready? Yes. Alright, your eyes look okay. Yeah, Mama learned. Mama learned to get to pay attention to your eyes. Got that quite also last time when before I even knew what was happening. Throw my frozen clothes into the dryer for just a few minutes. I'm about to get going somewhere. Hello. So my friend Karen is probably going to do what I suggested, because she doesn't want to deal with my fucking enemies posting stuff that I don't even see, but they reply to her comments. I don't even approve the comments, but she still gets to see them. Is to have comments where I don't publicly approve them. No one can ever reply to them. And then I can copy and paste them into my own avatar, so that way she never has to ever again deal with any of my fucking enemies directly, posting derogatory shit to her. That comes with the territory. If you post comments, like she wrote, like, nobody's allowed to write anything supportive of you, or your enemies will rip them apart, of course. Especially someone like you, who's very succinct in what you're writing. Seemingly very, very knowledgeable of exactly what I'm going through. Bigger, wear it now, because you're not covered. Wear it while it's washing your hands. Table to dry. Load a sheet in the washing machine. including my mom's sheets to make her bed. Outside and are frozen, but are not soaking wet. We've been sitting outside for days. And there we go. Till we meet again or not, as the case may be. Alan Thicke was in perfect health, according to sources on TV, and now he's dead. Sometimes people in seemingly perfect health really are not. My mom's purse is over there. My mom's sporting $50 glasses from Walmart Optical are over there. I already told you I got the $15,000 check from my bank account. Made out to my mom, not to Auntie. It's the same thing, but you know, it's just the principle of the thing. I refused to make it out to Auntie. Made it out to my mother. I paid on my cell phone $31 something. A few days ago, I forget when. I don't know, a week or something. I paid on my mom's phone. Anyway, so like I said, I have like 600 something to my name, that's all. Oh well. Like I said, were it not for Omar, I'd be in the shelter in a heartbeat. Rather than be staying here where I'm not wanted, so that I can eventually, if I can save up a little, you know, my check every month, which I could do in the shelter the same, and you know, and not have an eviction on my record, you know, so it's all fucked. Like I said, I'm not appreciated at all. Not at all. I know damn well my mom would likely not even be breathing right now were it not for me. I know it. And I'm not the only one that does. Who does? Toodaloo, peeps!